It's my freshman year, and I'm walking to my first class, which is Principles of Chemistry 1. My freshman year dorm was an all-honors students dorm, and actually about half the kids on my floor were also pre-med like me, and we were all taking the same Principles of Chemistry 1 class. So we all walk to our first class together, and we go into this giant lecture hall, and it's actually an honors section of the course, and we get there 15 minutes early, of course, so we can sit in the front. But there are already all these other honors kids there that got there even before us. So right away, my first college experience, I was already like, oh, these kids are serious. So I walk in, and we all sit in the same row, and we all get out our paper and our pencils ready to take notes over the syllabus. And the professor walks in, and he's introducing himself in the class, and then he says, half of you in this room are going to get an A, and half of you in this room are going to get a B. And the whole room goes completely silent. And I hear these girls behind me gasp, and one of them is like, does he know this is an honors course? And everyone's freaking out, and these kids next to me are just like shivering, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be the honors kid that gets a B. And it's just like the first time it's so much different from high school, because in high school, every honors kid was at the same level. But here at Iowa, there's a clear designation between the smart honors kids and the dumb honors kids. So that being my first impression, I was kind of a little unsure how to proceed. I mean, all these other kids were also on my floor, we're all living together. And I had this weird feeling, like, do I study with them or are they my competition? And like, kind of just feeling on your own, like your success is really determined by yourself because you don't want to collaborate with other people. So this very weird feeling and just feeling unsure after my first class experience. So moving forward to my sophomore year, I was actually able to participate in a study abroad course. The India Winterim program has a course on patient history and physical examination that took place in Madurai, India. That was taught by Dr. Harold Strauss. So I had this opportunity my sophomore year, which was really the first time that I got to apply what I had learned in classes. And the kids that also went on this course were also pre-med, also really interested, but instead of being competition at this point, we were all pretty much in the same boat. We had made it past our 2 years of pre-med requirements and we're feeling a little more comfortable. So in that class, Dr. Strauss taught us lectures in the morning about different diseases, and we got to actually see patients in the afternoon. And I remember one day I got to scrub in for a surgery, which was an endoscopic removal of a kidney stone. So I scrub in for surgery, and I go into the room, and I don't know if you've ever seen an operating room, but there's about 20 people in there. And I'm standing in the back because I really don't really know what I'm doing. This is my first time in a surgery. And this medical student pushes me up to the surgeon right behind him and tells me to look over his shoulder. And I'm thinking, does this guy know who I am? Like, I know I'm wearing scrubs, but I have no credentials at all. And so I'm standing behind the surgeon, watching him, and I can see the surgery up on the screen, and I can see, like, I recognize the different parts from my anatomy class, and it's the first time I've gotten confirmation, like, I can see myself doing this, and clearly so can other people. So that was a really great experience, just to go from having no confidence at all to a little bit of application. Moving forward to my senior year, this past year, or past 6 months, I've been working on this application for a Fulbright scholarship to do research in Germany. Actually, I've been working with Dr. Strauss, my professor for the India course, a lot on this project because he is from Germany. And it's just been so much work, and I've been going into his office hours pretty much. I went in every week asking him, different questions about where I could go to study and, what should I put on this part of my application. And I've just been asking so much of him because he's been my pretty much one source of contact. And I remember finalizing my first draft of the application, and I'm going to his office hours again, and I'm walking up the stairs, and I'm just thinking, I'm going to get there, and he's going to be so annoyed because I've been here so many times. And I walk in, and he goes, "Oh, I've been waiting for you." And he like ushers me into his office. And he had just gotten back from this seminar work trip out of state. And he told me he went to a separate conference at his seminar that was all about, student study abroad experiences. And he'd gone to this conference on his own time and gotten brochures for me and brought back these brochures about study abroad experiences, which was just like so nice to see, someone be so supportive when I hadn't asked for it, which was, a complete turnaround from my freshman year experience. So in addition to working on this application, I've also had to learn German, which I've just started this summer, and Dr. Strauss has also been really excited about that. And I remember getting my first quiz back from German. I got 20 out of 20, and I was so excited. So I went to Dr. Strauss's office hours, and I said, "Dr. Strauss, look, I took my first German quiz," and I handed it over to him. And he takes it from me with no expression at all, and puts on his glasses and takes out a red checking pen and starts regrading my already graded quiz, looking for mistakes. And he finds a couple, and he crosses out my 20 out of 20 and writes 19 and hands it back to me. And then starts explaining, like, well, you use this here, but it can also be used in a different context, and all this stuff that, like, I've only been studying German for 2 weeks at this point, but how just supporting me in my Fulbright application and helping me or encouraging me while I'm learning German it's just been so supportive of him, and has really, shown me that there's someone else that can see that I can do it too, and it's just been really nice. And so working with him has made me the confident student that I am today. Thank you.